Alright, what is up guys? Loser Manic here, and welcome to a video that I'm not gonna lie, I should have made earlier in my channel, but I didn't think about doing that because I used to start off differently, and then so I figured maybe people who watch my channel would who watch the channel maybe know me from my previous videos, but I guess since I got new subscribers, I feel like I should just talk about myself because I've hinted more about me in like other videos, but people don't watch those videos, so I feel like maybe this could be like an entire video so you guys get to know me. Um, so yeah, this is a get to know me type video, or like just stuff about me. I'm not gonna go over some like weird stuff that I've already mentioned. I guess maybe I'm not that much of an interesting person, so maybe some of the stuff I find interesting, you guys are just like, oh, okay. So first things first, I am 6'5". Last time I checked, I am 6'5". It may not look like it because that, but I'm not standing. Yeah, I'm 6'5", which to me seems weird because I don't look 6'5" to me, and until I'm like butt naked. You guys ever notice that? Like you don't look as tall as you think you don't look as tall as you know you are until you're like butt naked, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I am autistic. I don't know by how much, if I'm like high functioning or whatever. I hate saying that I am autistic because that kind of, I don't know. I feel like I don't. I just don't like saying it because there are some other people who are autistic that just kind of. That's pretty obvious for them, but like someone like me, it just doesn't seem obvious to me that I am, but I guess I am. I've had two psychologists tell me that I am. Um, so I guess that means I am. Um, I'm not here to say anything. I'm just here to do whatever. Which means like my whatever happens here and whatever I say kind of comes off wrong. And that can be a bit troubling to some people because they don't understand that I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just I just end up being an asshole, especially on like YouTube videos. The only time I've ever really tried to be, or I've ever really wanted to be an asshole was during like my celebration of The Last of Us Part 2 winning Game of the Year. That's about it. But yeah, other than that, there's no real reason. Other than that, I have no real reason to be an asshole. Next is the name of this channel. The channel of this name, or the name of this, the channel of this name, whatever. The name of this channel actually comes from something interesting. So to kind of put into perspective, this was not the original channel. If you guys look, whether you're watching on phones or laptops, you may notice the photo of Beavis from Beavis and Butthead on the corner of this video. That actually comes from the fact that early on, my channel was called 1X Beavis, or I was going to call it 1-Up Beavis, but apparently, no one got the fact, no one who was with me whenever this channel was made, no one really understood that the X was supposed to be up, but whatever. So yeah, so early on, this channel was called 1X Beavis, and I made like a bunch of weird videos. The fact that I went under Beavis was kind of because of the fact that I used to do, like back then, I'm not gonna do it here because it's embarrassing. But back then, some of my friends said I used to sound like I could do like a really cool impression of Beavis, and so that's kind of where that went. So yeah, I need to fix it. I don't know how to. Especially considering the fact I don't want to go on the laptop and go through all of that just for something minute. Who knows? Maybe later on I can get it changed. And then this channel then became the Squadcast. That was because I wanted to do like a podcast with friends. So, or my squad, so it would be called the Squadcast. So if you guys ever see like, if you're ever on social media and you see like the Squadcast, whether it be on like mostly Reddit, because I made my Reddit accounts like before I became Losomanic, so I can't change my name. Then yeah, pretty much yeah. So then there's that, and then I went under Nash for a time, Gnash. I never really made videos under that name. I just thought the name was catchy, and then that was a short-lived name. And then Losomanic, I understand that like there's manic in there, so I should say Losomanic. But the reason I say Losomanic is because it came from a Roblox name. I used to play Roblox as a kid in like elementary school. Um, and I wanted the name Losomaniac. But I don't know if I forgot how to spell maniac or if I just misspelt it. I don't know if I purposefully misspelt it or accidentally misspelt it. I know how to spell maniac. But I'm not sure if I purposefully spelt it. I can't remember. All I know is that I misspelled maniac, so it came out manic or manic. So I'm not pronouncing it wrong. I'm not pronouncing manic wrong. I know it's pronounced manic, but I kind of wanted to keep the fact that it was supposed to be Losomaniac, so I just say Losomanic here. Which originally with this channel it was supposed to be Loser. I was gonna pronounce it Losomaniac. And I think in some of my earlier videos, I think I pronounced it Losomaniac. I'm not sure. It's kind of like the whole thing with like Penguins Zero or Moist Critical. Yeah, he has the name Penguin Zero, but everyone knows him as Moist Critical, you know? So I have not met a single person who has called him Penguins Zero because everyone just knows that he's Moist Critical, you know? So yeah, there's that. So yeah, and the reason and the kind of the reason that, oh, by the way, I have made so many names under Losomanic that if you go on Losomanic and you search up Losomanic on Roblox, you will find like a bunch of like accounts with like numbers, all of which are me. I kept forgetting the accounts, so yeah. And so with YouTube names, it's kind of hard for me to figure out which one I like, which ones I don't like. So I decided to go with Losomanic because that one, because even if I don't play Roblox anymore, that one has stuck with me for a long time. So I'm pretty sure this one's gonna stay. I hope. I can't really think of any other good names. Plus, I have made major numbers with this name, so I'm keeping this name. Not major, but like compared to the last part. So yeah. Another thing is it wasn't just me making these videos. Back then it was an old friend of mine at the time, going by the name of Gigstick on his as his nickname. He went by Gigstick. I can't remember why. I don't think I ever asked him why. It was his Xbox account name, but I'm not sure why Gigstick was a thing. But yeah, we are no longer friends. So but even then, it was my channel, but he was mostly treating it as his own. He was the only one that was running the channel. Like, he was the only one making the videos, so it might as well have been his. But he was like, no, this is your channel. I have been making most. Whatever. Let's just move on. So he made his own. I'm not gonna credit his channel because he doesn't need it. He's much more successful. he's much more successful than I am, and that's fine. I'm not trying to say I deserve to be more successful than him. I'm not that type of person. I hate those people. So that would make me a hypocrite, even though I am one. But whatever. Let's see, what other random facts about me? I really love lasagna. It's a weird thing. Usually a lot of the times whenever my grandma and me go shopping to get me some lunches, I always get like a pack of lasagna. It is ridiculous. As I mentioned before, like one of my previous videos, I am an atheist, but I am curious as to how religion works. So I'm not hatred to the. I am one of those people that like hates religion, but I'm not one of those people that goes that's public about it, you know, because personally, I hate religion, but I kind of keep it to myself because I'm not gonna put a bad name on those who are religious, but I am very respectful of people who are religious. So there's that. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what else. Oh yeah, the reason I started this YouTube channel. The reason I started this YouTube channel was because of Jacksepticeye back, like, way back when. I started watching him like before he hit 1 million subscribers, so I was still subscribed to him. I was subscribed to him at that point. And I remember the day he hit 1 million subscribers, I was absolutely happy for him. Like, I used to watch him very religiously. Like, I remember he used to upload 2 videos a day. In Colorado, in Mountain Time was 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Mountain Time, or Colorado time, because I don't know if anyone else has Mountain Time. I can't remember. So yeah, and then so I wanted to do like some stuff he did, which was gameplays and whatnot. And now I can't. I do make gameplays on my phone. Obviously I have AFK arena videos. I need to make more of those because I have been busy. But yeah, so and then kind of as I got older, I stopped watching some of his stuff. It just didn't really appeal to me a whole lot. Some of the videos he was making. And then I moved on to Mini Lad, and then we obviously know what happened there. And then, so here we are. I am starting to watch more of Jacksepticeye, but I don't know. I do have some other favorite YouTubers. If you guys want to know who they are, ask me in the comments. I would happily give you guys some recommendations as to who I watch. Basically, I do watch gaming stuff, but also watch review stuff. Yeah, I love heavy metal. Another fact about me is that I love heavy metal. Even though I am wearing a Led Zeppelin shirt. Even though some people may say that they are like the early metal bands, I don't consider them metal. Rather than I consider them classic rock, because I wasn't around. Obviously, I wasn't around that time where they hit their peak. But yeah, I know a lot about Led Zeppelin. Like, not everything, because obviously, in order for me to know everything about them, I would probably need to have been born around enough for me to know a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff, but obviously that's not the case. But yeah, my first iteration, or my first peak with heavy metal, or my first taste with heavy metal sort of came from Avenged Sevenfold, their song "Burn It Down," which was the heaviest song any kid could listen to at my age. Because most of the parents here don't really listen. Most of my generation of parents don't really listen to that stuff. So there's that. But one of the things I have, and then eventually after some time, I really limited how much metal I listened to. So I would listen to like rap and pop. And then I forgot what happened. I stopped listening to that stuff. I stopped listening to pop. I stopped listening to rap. I don't listen to pop. I still listen to a pop band, or pop rock, or as I call it, candy music, because of pop rocks. No, fine. I do listen to Matchbox 20, just because Rob Thomas is like my favorite pop singer of all time. I grew up with him. Songs like Someday, Street Corner Symphony, Her Diamonds, and Little Wonders are absolute classics of his, and the best stuff that he has ever made. But that is my opinion, of course. Some of you guys who listen to him may have other ones, but those are some of the best stuff he has ever made. And then eventually I started becoming like a metal fan. I started becoming like a metal snob, which means like, oh, my music is better than yours. I still kind of am that way, but I do it with people who know I'm joking. Um, Mostly like my sister and my mom, they know I'm joking. I don't do it with my dad because we listen to the same stuff. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Music wise. If you guys want some good recommendations for bands, obviously Avenged Sevenfold, really good stuff. Slipknot has some really good stuff. Gojira, Hailstorm. What? Who else? I mean, Volbeat has some nice stuff. But yeah, those are the main ones. If you guys don't know heavy metal, I advise starting with Avenged Sevenfold because they aren't screamo. Well, they were. So don't listen to the first two albums. Listen from like City of Evil, and just keep listening. Um, and then eventually you'll get around to like, and eventually if you like some of their heavier stuff, you may want to try like Slipknot and Gojira, and then maybe someday you'll get up to like the heavy stuff if that's what you want. Yeah, with that, I am a bit stupid, which means I'm pretty sure my IQ, not my IQ, my GPA was like a 1.7 when I graduated. So if I ever say something that sounds stupid, just know that's why I'm a bit stupid. I also have ADHD. I mentioned I have autism. I also have ADHD, which is pretty obvious if you watch my videos. I kind of go from like one topic to the next, not finishing up that first topic, and then I go back to the first topic, not finishing up the second topic, and I just keep going and going until eventually it is a jumbled mess. Um, and you notice that in my Keemstar and Trisha Paytas video where I wanted to talk about Keemstar, and then I ended up talking about Trisha Paytas, and then I added some like other stuff in there, and then I went back to talking about Keemstar and whatnot. So that's pretty obvious. Yeah, my favorite color of all time is pink, which is funny, because back then I used to think that like pink was a girly color, so it would be like red, and then over time I started to really like the color pink. Yeah, some of my favorite games of all time include Cyberpunk, Horizon Zero Dawn, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us 1. Um, all of that stuff is like the best games of all time. I find it strange on how I kind of find it funny because my reasons for Cyberpunk being my favorite game is embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. The reason Cyberpunk is my favorite game is because of the sex scenes in the game. Because the only game I've ever played that it was like that was Honey Pop, but that's not really sex scenes. Rather than it's just I almost said animated hentai. Rather than then it's just like it is sexual, but it's not like cyberpunk sexual where you actually see them have sex. It's weird, but that's not to say that like the only reason is because of Cyberpunk is my favorite is because of that. I love the story of the game. I would say I like the weapons, but I only use like one type of weapon, which is the Overture, or the Malorian Arms Overture. So I only use like one weapon. But they have really nice characters and whatnot. And the same thing with like Horizon Zero Dawn. The story is amazing. The graphics are amazing. The characters in it are well written. They actually have emotions. And then with Fallout, I used to have like a hatred towards the Fallout franchise, and I really started to like it. I guess Fallout 4 is higher up on the list because of Piper. Which yes, romancing is involved in Fallout 4 because you guys notice a pattern here. I hope, because if not, you are slower than me. So yeah, but that's not to say like I don't like Fallout 4 because of the romancing. It adds something new to it. Because and it's also because of like if you romance someone, then you get like bonus XP if you sleep with them. which really helps if you do like Minuteman playthrough and whatnot, because you can easily get to like um level 30 before doing glowing sea if you just constantly do that, turn in Minuteman quest and whatnot. But and then I first started with New Vegas because I originally started some guy got New Vegas for me, and then over time it just came to the fact that like I got scared by like fucking everything. The Cazadors, the Morats, the Night Stalkers. Well, I'm still scared of the Night Stalkers because they're part snake and I'm terrified of snakes. The geckos. I think the only thing. Well, and the death cards. I think the only thing I wasn't scared of was the coyotes. Um, and the humans. I was definitely scared of super mutants, especially Jacobstown. That was a goddamn nightmare for me. But the biggest one was the Lake Lurks, so I had to sell the game. I couldn't play it anymore. And then eventually I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to give Fallout New Vegas a try. And then sure enough, I played it. I really enjoyed it. And then I started playing, and then I started watching Oxhorn, and he made all of these like Fallout 4 videos. And then I was like, okay. I tried to take a look at some of like what, because like I mentioned before, my biggest problem was the Lake Lurks, and I want to see like what the Mirelurks were like, or Lake Lurks in Fallout 4, because I didn't realize that they weren't called Lake Lurks, they were called Mirelurks. The Mirelurks are like pretty adorable, like something you can have as a pet, whereas opposed to Fallout 3, they look like something that wants to eat you. That wants to eat you and like murder you, obviously. But so I really like the enemies in Fallout 4. The Mirelurks are really improved. They're a lot better. I do like that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much just like small facts about me. I can't really think of anything else. If you guys have any questions about me as a whole, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you guys may have. So yeah. So yeah. I can't really think of anything else. I am a PlayStation person, by the way. I feel like that's obvious considering the fact that Horizon Zero Dawn is PlayStation only. Well, now it's PC, but it was PlayStation only. So, yeah. So I'm a PlayStation person. So sorry, you Xbox people. I did start off with like Xbox. I had the original Xbox, and I have a 360, and I stopped there. And then now I have like a PS3, and then Xbox or PlayStation 4. So yeah. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment of any questions you guys may have for me. I'll be happy to answer them. Even if it's something like strange that I wouldn't know the answer to, I'll try and answer it. Also, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you do subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified of when I upload, because I don't have a schedule. And yeah, News and Manic out.